Because sometimes we don't clap for ourselves. We don't clap for ourselves. And so I just want to make sure that you take the time out and clap for yourself, right? Have you ever lost anything? A coin, your glasses? I remember one day I was getting out of the car and I put my glasses on the top of my head and I was speaking and I got into the event and I said, I'm looking for my glasses. My glasses, they was in the car and I couldn't find them. And it took somebody with some courage to be able to say that, you know what? I found them. They're on top of your head. So if I was to title this speech here, it would be, it's on you. It's on you. It's your turn. It's your turn. When I came into the work with child welfare and the services, I was 28 years old. I came into the field wounded, scarred, fractured. I was just couldn't get in out of treatment because of drug addiction. I lost all of my children through child welfare because of drug addiction. And I was coming in a system that I had no clue about. I had no idea what type of system I was going to get into. But I was hungry and I was thirsty for, number one, to get sober and to stay sober. Number two, I wanted my children back. My children was removed from me and the relationship that I was in because of drug addiction. I went to treatment. And I want to thank you right now, if you're in the building. In March of 1991, somebody donated some money to a program. And I believe that they had the boldness and the courage to think that somebody would come to a program and they would change their life. And so that was me. In March of 1991, I went to a treatment. I received all of the services that I needed. I did everything I needed to do in order to make sure that my children had the father that I always wanted to be. I was fractured. As a matter of fact, it was the dark point in my life and I needed a bright point. I needed someone, I thank you. I needed a bright point. I needed someone to come and to say, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay. I'm looking forward to you being successful and doing some great things. When I came into the field, I had no clue this is what I would be doing. The only thing I wanted to do was get my children back out of child welfare. Well, I need to tell you that did happen. I did exactly everything I needed to do in order to regain custody of my children. I was in my 20s with 8 boys in child welfare. They didn't give them all to me all at once. Thank you. But they gave me 3 sons at one time, and I was a single father. I went to the school. I went to the hospital. I did everything that I was neglecting to do because of the drug addiction. I did everything I had to do. I went to the doctor, school, PTA meetings, wash clothes, clean up the house. I did all of it. And so I want to just say right now, kudos to the parents that's doing it right now. I know the feeling, I know what it takes in order to be successful as a successful parent. So coming into the work, I make sure that I talk to fathers and other families and let them know that you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay because someone desired to be able to come here, come to the programs, get everything they need and be successful. It's my pleasure and my honor to say that I did everything I needed to do that the program told me I needed to do, but it was because of someone donated. I would like to say that my process and my recovery had a lot to do with somebody donated something. Somebody believed. Now, let me say this. They may not be the one to do the work, but they donated to someone that had a job that was able to do the work and help another family. You may not be able to do the work, but someone would be hired in order to do the work so that they can help their family as well as help another family in need. Now see, there should have been a clap right there, right there. So I look forward to doing the work and making sure that other fathers have the opportunity to be able to change their life. I just believe that your story, your message is connected to what the world needs. All of us may not do the work, may not be the one to do the work. But I just believe that when someone donated in fiscal year 1990, they donated some funding for a treatment center. They just believed that somebody would come into treatment and they would change the course of their life. And I'm standing here today telling you that I believe that my process is a process of somebody donated something to a program, and they just believed that a family was going to change. They believed that a father was going to get his life together. They just believed that a mother was going to get her children back. They just believed. And so I'm just honored. Thank you. I'm just honored to be standing here today and say thank you for taking out the time and to give, and to be able to see that there is someone that's standing here today have benefited from someone's donation. It's been over 32 years since I had any type of drugs at all. So it's been a blessing to me. Your story and your message is what the world is waiting for. And each one of us, we may not get up here, and you may not be the one to do the work. You may be the one to donate to someone else that would help further the work. And when you see the success of someone else that you had something to do with, then we all win. Because the truth of the matter is, we want our community to be successful. We want our families to grow. I have children now, I have grandchildren now. My sons now, my goal is for them to take care of their children and to make sure that their children don't enter into a child welfare system, what they did as a result of my doing. God gave me the opportunity to mend some of my brokenness, and I was able to mend and get better, and that's why I'm standing here today, because I just believe that someone believed in me. And not only did they believe in me, but they wanted to make sure that they helped me without me knowing. I can tell you, standing here today, 32 years later, I have not met the donor. But I take my hat off to them because they just believe that someone will change the course of their life. So I'm here today to say thank you for everything you do. Thank you, because we all benefit when someone donates, when someone gives. They gave to me. I got clean. I did everything I needed to do. I changed the course of my life. I began to write. I was, and I'll be done because I don't know how much time left. You don't want to overstay your welcome, because next time you may not be welcome to overstay. So I was speaking to a group in Springfield several years ago, and I had some people coming up to me and thanking me for the speech. And this one guy, he stood about four people behind me, and he waited, and he said, "Thank you." He said, "Thank you." He said, "You did well." He said, "But you missed something." I said, "What?" He said, "Look around." I looked around the rooms. I said, "It was a nice crowd." And this is a nice crowd. And he said, "You missed something." I said, "What?" He said, you don't have a table. Where's your book at?" And it's the same thing I said. I said, "Oh." I continued to shake the people's hand and thank them for letting me come, but that guy stuck with me. And when I went back to the hotel, I started writing. And a year later, after that, I released my book called Promising the Moon, Going the Distance. And I released it, and I talked about my challenges in child welfare. I talked about my challenges in addiction. And what I did, I was the first author in my family, and I created a different roadmap. Why? It's because I wanted to change something with my family, and I wanted to change something in the community that says someone can get clean, get off drugs, change the course of their life, and help somebody else change the course of their life. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, guys.
Can you give Greg another round of applause, everyone? And that is quite a brave thing to be able to stand up and talk about all he's been through.